Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? All you basketball lovers out there. Hope y'all had a blessed week thus far. Welcome to episode 77 of the Uncommon Commentators, breaking down some playoff basketball. One of the best times of the year, as I always like. Most definitely one of the best times of the year, as I always like to say. But I can't do it without my main men, Wiley on the ones and twos, as y'all just heard. Most definitely got to give a shout out to William Wiley, the man always doing a great job producing the show, and my co-host Garrett GB. How you doing, Garrett? For those that don't know, Garrett did attend a YouTube event. I'm pretty sure it was the Creators Collective event that you attended. So first off, how was your week? And how was the event that you got to attend that people might not have known that you went to?
Yeah, good, very productive week. So can't
Mm-hmm.
complain. Another day in the books. So blessed to be here. And yeah, YouTube invited me to the Atlanta Creator Collectives event that took place this past not this past Tuesday, but last week. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was definitely good. Definitely made a lot of connections with other creators and got a lot of tips and feedback on how to improve as a content creator. So um, it was definitely a productive event. So I can't complain. I was very blessed to be there. So
Mm-hmm.
it was good.
Nah, yeah, man. I had to, I already know, had to promote you on my own social media. Of course, my boy. Anytime I ever see any of my friends getting any of the fruits of their labor, always got to remind the world that's what it takes, to get to where you're trying to go. So great job, man. I just want to give you your flowers for even getting invited to something like that. I know that was probably, really exciting for you being able to go out there and meet all those creatives as well, in the same lane as you. And you never know who knows who. Atlanta's really small, but it's really big at the same time. Most definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off with the first topic of the night. So Oklahoma did what they were supposed to. Really nothing, really much else to say outside of that. Got to give a congratulations to the reigning MVP Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's really cool to see them after the whole Westbrook KD era. Like we mentioned on the last podcast, they didn't really go for real, and they're gonna start hearing that a whole lot more, as time goes on. And like they never really experienced like that dark dormant period that most teams often experience, having to rebuild in the modern landscape of the NBA with salary cap and how hard it can be like to come by NBA draft steals and stuff like that. And OKC have done it again under the tutelage and guidance of Sam Presti. So really, 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 really happy for Oklahoma, most definitely. And Wiley got Wiley got to give a shout out to Wiley for y'all that don't catch the joke. The super Laker fan, Shannon Sharp, was like SGA, USA, PSA, Lakers in five, and of course the Lakers never made it that far, unfortunately. But how did you feel about Oklahoma making the NBA Finals? Hopefully it's well, not hopefully. I think it's going to be the first finals of many for the young roster. So how do you feel about Oklahoma making it this far? And how do you feel about their season overall? Got the MVP, made the finals. Just so much to be happy about in Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of things obviously went their way this season, not just for individual accolades per se, meaning SGA winning MVP, of course, that's great
Mhm.
for him and the organization. But the fact of the matter is that they're going to the NBA finals and they're doing that as a very, very young team.
Mhm.
And so, and to be honest with you, I think they are the favorites to win it all, whether they face Indiana or
New
New
York.
York in the finals. So yeah, I just think that for me, I think what I saw in in game five against the Wolves, I think I just saw a lot of execution and maturity. They came in with a mindset like, hey, we're gonna close this series out. And like I said, they executed that perfectly. So it's
Mhm.
just coming from, like I said, that maturity from where they were last year, how they ended up last year, and where they are now. And I continue to say that just the fact of the matter is that they have so many, assets that they could put together to bring in even more star power next to Chet Holmgren and SGA. So they don't have to stop here, and I don't think that they will either. So and really, even if they don't go after another star player, they can still just upgrade their bench, and that's going to be even more scarier just off of that. So the fact of the matter is just that they are a very unique team as far as how they're built and with their age, and the fact of the matter is that they can still go out and beyond and improve their team. But no, I just think that how their roster is built, everybody, complements each other, and the fit just, is good for everybody. So that's what I enjoy, the most about this team. So yeah, so like I said, whoever they face in the finals, I think that they're going to win it all. Now, I guess I'm not quite sure if it'll be like a game 5, game 6, game 7 series or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say whoever they face, either one of those teams, I think it could go to 6 or 7 games. But no, I think it's very impressive where OKC is at and what they've done thus far. And to your point, I think more NBA Finals appearances are more to come for them. So to me, I think they're just getting started. So it'll be very nice to see SGA not only win his MVP award, but also win his first championship. So I think that's very feasible right now.
Mm-hmm. And it honestly opens up the door for a rather interesting conversation I'm going to get to in just a second, actually. But I wanted to mention the beauty of the roster in their unique situation, like how you mentioned yourself. They got everyone under contract for a pretty long time. Like even SGA, he's under contract till 2026, 2027. So is Alex Caruso. He's under contract till 2029. So a lot of their key pieces, it's actually pretty crazy. To be honest, like Isaiah Hardenstein, he's also under contract till 2027. Luguentz Dort 2027. And Chet Holmgren, he's of course still on his rookie deal. They're gonna have him for a real long time. He's gonna renegotiate, get that rookie extension for certain. And same with Jalen Williams, absolutely. Like he's gonna definitely get a rookie extension for sure. He made All NBA, so he's bound to get a big jump up in contract. Got to give congratulations to him, the former 12th overall pick and the first time All Star this year. Really been a good season all around for the team, and that's what makes it so crazy because we never really saw, Kevin and Russell, like they were good when they were in Oklahoma as the spearheads, but I think this team has gone on to look more dominant with their 61 seasons last year. They won 57 games, even as that super young team then. So to me, because I've seen this a lot on Twitter, a lot, let me ask you, if Shea does win this championship, does it make him the greatest Thunder in the history of the Oklahoma City Thunder franchise? Aside from Seattle Supersonics era, do you think this would make from 2008 on? From 2008 on, do you think, like, given what he achieved on the roster, obviously he won an MVP. He would have won the scoring title too, and brought them a championship as well. Even after one trip to the finals with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, they weren't able to bring home an NBA title. And there's no real asterisks around that. There's no asterisks around this title run for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I'm curious, like with everything SJ has done at 26 years old, I get it. People love Kevin Durant, people love Russell Westbrook, but given what he would have achieved already, winning an MVP just like they did, but also going above them and winning a championship as well. Do you think that would at least make him top? Obviously, it makes him top 3, top 5 all time. But from your perspective, does it make him the greatest Thunder of all time?
I think it's kind of too soon to tell. I mean, of course, championships, they speak for themselves, and you have
Maybe
to
their
add
first one.
context. Yeah,
Maybe their
context
first one.
behind it. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess if you're saying, okay, who's the better player in terms of accolades, just for OKC, even if he does win the championship, like you say, I could put him, in the top 3, somewhere in there, but I think that's where he would be as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's if he wins the championship. Now, as far as like who's the better player, like overall, I mean, I wouldn't put him over Kevin Durant, and I may not put him over Russell Westbrook, but definitely not over KD. So, and don't get me wrong, I think that he can become the greatest Thunder, OKC Thunder player of all time. Once he's finished with his career, it's just the fact of the matter is just that when you look at SGA and compare it to Kevin Durant, all the things that KD has accomplished throughout his career in Oklahoma, and then you look at SGA, I don't think people will put him above him just that. Even like I said, even if he does win the championship, I think that it definitely helps his case because of the fact that he's the one that would bring it bring a championship to OKC because Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and James Harden, those guys, they weren't able to deliver. Even though they went to the finals before, but they weren't able to get the job done when they had to go up against, say, LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh. But I'm just saying, I think that could happen where we could say, hey, he's the greatest Thunder player of all time. I just don't think that he would outright take the throne in that position as of right now. I think we need to see him continue to, build out his career in OKC and go from there. But no, I think he could definitely get there, just not right now.
I appreciate you differentiating the conversation. It's not a matter of the player individually. It's more so about what they accomplished for the franchise. All those, all the individuals, stats are cool, but NBA championships literally live forever. So, so I was just curious about your take on it, and a great take, as always. I really thought it was a lot of logic behind it. Obviously great basketball knowledge as well. And I would love to hear what you got to say, Wiley. I heard you on the ones and twos, most definitely disagreeing, for sure. So I would definitely like to see what you have to say about if SGA were to bring a championship.
Why do we always want to anoint somebody so quick when it comes to stuff?
I feel like, but with the Thunder, it's still a relatively young franchise. Don't matter.
Exactly.
It's still a relatively young franchise.
Even with Kevin Durant, that was a young franchise. He started in Seattle. They moved to OKC. The part about that is Kevin Durant built that shit brick by brick. If we're gonna quote Snowfall, he built that thing brick by brick along with Russell Westbrook. Hell, I got Nick Collison as one of the top players in Thunder's history.
They retired his jersey.
Exactly. So that's the shit that we have to look at. You winning a championship is great.
Massive. It's the biggest thing in all of basketball.
But again, when the team drafts you and you build something to get them to that point, it's a total difference. It's totally different.
Let me ask, and this is being purely objective. I have nothing negative to say about.
Because I got something to follow with more shit that I saw.
Of course.
They're trying to put SGA, saying that he's better than Dwayne Wade. In
conversation,
he ain't done shit yet.
In conversations like that,
just getting started. Let this man get his career off.
Yeah,
of course.
Let this man get his career off.
Of course.
Dwayne Wade, go look at Dwayne Wade's career. SGA,
I think it's okay. I think it's okay to be optimistic. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you don't want to jump into conclusions, just yet. Like you say, let's see where he is towards the end of his career. Then we can, have a debate here and there as far as who's the better player. Yes, this, that, and the third. But for right now, it's a little bit too early.
But no, that's the thing. It's not about overzealous conversations about comparing like current superstars to literal all-time greats. I'm definitely not.
That's what people are doing.
But but it's more so about, that's why I'm saying though, it's more so what they've done for the franchise. I was gonna ask you, all of that aside, again, I have nothing negative to say about Kevin Durant. What does that have to do with establishing any history for a franchise? Those are all cool individual stats, but it didn't mean that much to him because obviously he turned around and jumped ship and went to the team that beat them. It's not like, oh, it was like
Because he knows the NBA
I
is a
have
business.
OKC so much in my heart. Like Shea, I get it. Like he wasn't drafted. He was traded his second year. So he came over. He was the beginning of what they have now, though. It started with Shea. Just like how you said it did start with KD back in 2007. You're right about that. In 2008, they got Russell Westbrook with that 4th pick in the draft. It started with Shea. They got Chet Holmgren. They got Jalen Williamson, all these pieces. It just happened so fast.
Right.
He already won.
And that's a nod to the organization. This organization has done its thing for fucking decades.
But SCA's on the court averaging like I for sure. Like
that's cool.
And sure, they don't get there without the front office, but they still have to perform on the floor.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day,
I think what Wiley is trying to explain is that yes, even though that Sam Presti put this in a prime position to go win a championship right now with SGA and Chet Holmgren, but I think what Wiley's trying to explain is that as far as I guess in terms of setting up the stage per se for the organization, like how this team became relevant, all that started with KD, then followed with Russell Westbrook, and then James Harden. I think that's all he's trying to say.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like and I somewhat can speak to this from a personal standpoint. So, and I say that because of a previous employer. I started there from the very beginning and like literally had to put that building together. Help them put that building together. That building's going to run
forever.
But when it's all said and done, my name gets to live forever in that building. Same with KD. His name gets to live forever with the Thunder because of what he was able to accomplish. Granted, yes, he was not able to get them a championship, but there's nothing that you can take away that he was able to help that organization do to even be relevant enough to bring in a Shea, a Chet, a Jalen, another Jalen. Like all of that plays into effect. Because if you don't have that, then you're the fucking Hornets, or you're the hell. Who else is the bottom bitch?
But like, see, I think that's another credit to poor management. We know how bad Michael Jordan was of an owner when he came to the Charlotte Hornets. I think when you can't that's like Sam Presti's in a whole another league of ownership. Oklahoma's in a whole other that's why I'm saying it's just 2000.
Oklahoma. Nobody thought that Oklahoma would be this because.
But Sam Presti took that job in 2007. Okay,
but I'm just saying though. Nobody thought this. Oakland. Think of it. Oklahoma City. Do you really think a team placed in Oklahoma City was set up to do well?
I mean, the Oklahoma City Hornets did pretty good during like the Hurricane Katrina days. All of that.
Again, that was not their team. That wasn't even their team.
But and see, that's not their team, and they're still filling the house. That showed that Oklahoma did like basketball, though.
The Hornets helped them. The Hornets helped Oklahoma get a team there. Granted, for me, bring a team back to Seattle.
Of course, of course.
I got that out the way. But no, the Hornets laid the foundation for Oklahoma City to even get a team, because that was pretty much their audition, so to speak. It's like, we're gonna bring this team to you because of Hurricane Katrina, and we want to see what you guys are able to do. Can you bring in the crowd? Are you able to make revenue? And they did that. They did what they were supposed to do as a city, as fans, all of that. And then everything else kind of fell in place after that. Okay, we're moving the team from Seattle. Boom, taking to OKC. Boom. This team is already coming with a star. What we think is a star in KD, and the team is halfway decent. So now in comes Sam Presti, and everything falls into place. everything falls into place. But again, to want to anoint somebody the best, the best player of the organization of all time, that's tough to do when, again, there is history well before you. And the thing is, you have to build if you're going to stay in OKC, because that's going to be the thing. Are you going to stay?
I think he will.
Anybody can come to a team, win them a championship. We've seen that shit done. LeBron.
Like, I mean, Miami's still very grateful.
That's what I'm saying. Anybody can go to a team, win them a championship, and move the fuck on. That's going to be the thing. Is he going to stay there for the rest of his career? Because if he does, then we need to let's circle the block on that. But for right now, hold that off. Let this man finish his career.
Let me ask you this then, like in turn, because KD was in Oklahoma from 2007 to 2016. In those 9 years, he made the NBA Finals one time, made the playoffs a bunch of times, won the MVP award, was a 4-time scoring champion. All of that. That was a 9-year window. He was given. SGA's been in Oklahoma like 5 years now, like 4 years now. So they're in the finals.
Rules have changed.
I mean, yeah, Graham.
You have to all of that. You have to take all of that into consideration, because as the years have passed, the salary cap has increased, which has allowed you to put a team like this together. They've gotten lucky just because of the way Sam Presti has hoarded all of these fucking picks.
And I think because the players are playing so good, so I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. You also have to take all of that into consideration, because everything changed year by year by year by year, and as shit changed year by year by year, the salary cap continued to increase and increase and increase, and the more your salary caps increase, gives you more leeway to either pay players a certain amount or go and get as many top-notch players as you can. It's just the fact that, again, the way that this organization is set up, they know what they're doing, so they know how to bring in a SGA, draft a Chet, draft this person,
Jalen Williams.
It's a lot. It's just a lot that you have to take into consideration. But like I said, we got to let SGA finish that career out.
And of course, before we move on, it was just a couple more things. So with this, I think, and I mentioned it earlier, it's because they got so good so early. Jalen Williams was the 12th pick in the draft. If that's a redraft, he's number 3. They're just plucking dudes out. They got,
but again, that Sam Presti for you.
I think, that's what I'm saying. So if this team he's basically done, like we said, he's done it again with a whole new core. This goes to my last question about this topic, because we kind of move on, of course. What does he have to do in your eyes? Because of course, I see you feel very strongly about this. Obviously, he won an MVP this year. He's only SJ's a 3-time All-Star now. He won the scoring title. Like I said, KD was in Oklahoma for 9 years. This is SGA's 5th year, 6th year. And then they already made the finals. So he did it in a shorter time. Well, because KD made it in 2012. He was there from 2007. So KD, you can say 5 years. KD did get to the finals. Yes, he did. So what does he have to do to surpass him at this point? That's what he got to
play. Yeah, it's not something that's going to happen, overnight.
And then I get
all-time great. I get what you're saying. You're trying to compare as far as what they have done so far. We could compare them neck to neck, but it's still where you're not going to be able to really find out who's the better player until he gets further into his career. Because honestly, they're just getting started. Because OKC wasn't nowhere near where they were when SGA first got there. So it's you have to allow him to give him, the opportunity to see what he can do when he has a full cast where they can actually go and compete. Now, like I said before, I'm not saying that SGA won't ever surpass KD as the best OKC Thunder, of all time.
Mhm.
It's just the fact of the matter. It's just that when you look at what KD has accomplished throughout his tenure in Oklahoma and compare it to where SGA is right now, even though we can, compare, some things, it's still not to the point where you could say he's where SGA is the better Thunder than, KD, because I don't think SGA has really given like his all to OKC the way Kevin Durant has. If we're just gonna stop everything right now, I don't think it's nowhere near that. Now, like I said, he's getting there, but as of right now, I just don't think it's even a debate as of right now.
Because what
So
if
that's just
SGA
something we still have
decides
to
to
wait
just
on.
up and leave the
But
team?
I don't think that's the kid. Like, yo, it's
No,
a
I'm just.
whole.
It's
You
just
do
a
have to
hypothetical.
you do have to speak in theory though.
It's just hypothetical.
Yeah.
What if?
Like,
Yeah,
if he left
hypothetical.
right now and like, okay, like, because the
Yeah,
season has to end.
let's say he gets his championship,
Okay,
and within the next year or two, he's like, you know
he's
what?
left.
I don't want to be here no more. And so what? We're still gonna try and label him the greatest.
Oh man, if
greatest
you don't
Thunder.
think there's some dudes out there that would argue that shit, because at that point you're just taking like the hooper, like the skill set and stuff like that. We're talking about like
who those people are.
I mean, yo, you can say like real basketball fan stuff like that, but like, what's the point? Like, that's like Chris.
Well, I mean, it's like this right there. It's like this right here. If you take it that way, then to me, it's like, okay, now I don't know. I mean, I guess it is different, but it's just like, okay, Kevin Durant is what, a top 15,
For
top
sure.
20 player of all time. I mean, you be the judge,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, okay, SGA is not in that tier. So it's like, okay, Kevin Durant's the top 15, top 20 player, but he's not the best, OKC Thunder of all time.
Yeah,
That's the way
that's fine. Yeah.
So
That's
I
fine.
mean, it's
That's
just
fine.
like, I mean, it's just the fact of the matter is just like, to me, and I think that's what determines it, because I mean, for people, people say, and just follow me here. You have people that say LeBron is the best player of all time.
Mhm.
He has his resume, all that. People say Michael Jordan's the best player of all time. People say Kobe Bryant, Kareem, blah, blah, blah. Everybody has their own resume. Everybody has their own, outlook on who's the best player. But the fact of the matter is, it's not just about, okay, it's not just about the championships that they won or the accolades, but it's more so of like the legacy that they left behind and what they have built in their respective teams.
Mm-hmm.
We'll look at what Michael Jordan built with the Chicago Bulls. It's not just about what the accolades and stuff, but it's more so the legacy that he left behind. So it's just, for me, when I talk about Kevin Durant in Oklahoma, and then if I compare it to SGA, I also don't think Kevin Durant's legacy in Oklahoma is bigger to SGA. And don't get me wrong, yes, championships do matter, and I'm not saying that wouldn't help his case. I just don't think that him winning one championship would just like outbid him, or like, I can't think of the word right now, but I don't think that puts him. I don't think that automatically puts him ahead of Kevin Durant. A snap of a finger. I don't think it will go that way.
Like, and see, you have an amazing point by saying that, and see, that's why I was saying that it's not a matter, because KD's already an all-time great. He's like 36 years old. I mean, he's at the tail end of his career. That's why I'm saying SGA is still 26 though, but that's what I'm saying, because you can't be like, oh, when KD, because when KD was 26, he was a monster, stuff like that. Yeah, cool. But I'm saying for SGA to be at where he's already at by 26, I think like he's basically like, he's damn near where KD was. It's like if KD would have won the ring in 2012 and all that, like how you all say, people already say he's the greatest Oklahoma City Thunder player of all time. But I think if you were to ask Sam Presti, the person who built both cores, what he was more happy with, oh man, like I love the KD and Russell days for sure. But man, I got like, yo, you like, come on, man, like, what he wants ultimately, like that. And like, that's why to me, and again, it doesn't just, like Garrett said, it doesn't just eclipse, because KD's an all-time great right now. That's what people love Kevin Durant. You can't just compare SGA to KD. It's not fair.
We saw with Kevin Durant while he was there.
For sure. And that's what I'm saying. You can't really compare. Because
And that's the
when
part that I'm
KD
speaking of.
was 26, he was a monster for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
KD
that's
was
the part I'm
26, like
speaking about,
he was a
though.
monster,
Excuse me. That's the
and
part I'm
like
speaking about.
yeah, for sure.
So it's just, but like I said, it's just more so we're in an era of sports, not even just basketball, in sports where people are trying to give. It's like handing out fucking participation trophies. Like, why?
But see, like that's like crazy to me. Like,
let
because
these
like
players, and I'll save the next. I'll save what I have for the next topic. But again, let these players play their career. Let them build their cachet. If you're not going to allow them to build their cachet, you're never going to have a fair assessment of what you truly feel about said player in any sport. So yeah, we're all from here on out, we're always going to have these damn conversations where it's like, is such player better than a player that whose legacy is already cemented? And it's like, no.
But it's not like this. It's not like he hasn't already won an MVP. Like, it's not like he's just a two-time All-Star who took him to the final. This man already won the MVP at 26 years old, and his team is in the finals. They won 64 games. He's shown everything to show. If they win that ring, they're gonna take the fuck off on the league, and like they're really gonna run that shit. Like,
that team's going to change, just like okay. You also have
like,
to think
I just don't
have to think about management. We thought that OKC was going to fucking run the league.
But James was different. James
hear me out real quick. We thought that OKC was going to run the league when they had Russ, KD, and James Harden and Serge Ibaka. And what happened? The fucking organization was like, yeah, we don't want to fucking pay the fucking luxury tax dealing with James Harden. So we're going to ship James Harden off, who then goes and does what? Becomes the fucking MVP. So again, what you're saying, it breathes well. But if you look into history, this organization is going to do what's best for the organization.
And for the closing remarks, like, I don't think they make that mistake again. Like, I don't think look how good they are already. They're not selfish. These players are totally different. Everyone knows how James Harden is, yo, going from team to team like that. Like, yo, like, not like it's his own volition or like his own choice, but he's shown like James has an ego for certain, and rightfully so. He averaged 25 a game the moment he got traded. You feel me? So it's like, for me, this situation is totally different. Jalen does not have the ego compared to James Harden. I think
it wasn't on James Harden. That was the organization.
But that's because they lowballed him, though. He knew he was
did
worth
that on purpose.
Ah, man. I mean, I think it's because they knew he was coming off a rookie deal. I mean,
again, they didn't. Again, go back and read the articles. They didn't. It boiled down to, hey, we didn't want to pay the luxury tax. That was it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course, and I get it, like how you said, it's new contracts nowadays, new CBA. I get it, yo. And like, yo, I end this conversation by saying, yo, obviously in terms of wearing the jersey right now, Kevin Durant is the greatest player to ever walk inside the Oklahoma City Thunder arena and wear the white and blue, the blue and white, what have you. I just say, like, yo, like, if he brings that ring there and like by age 26, of course, like I said, KD was great at 26 too. But if they're both at 26 and one wins the championship and he has MVP as well, it's like it would just be a hell of a run for a 26-year-old for sure. But of course, there's another half to the playoffs. It'll be another half to the NBA Finals when it happens. I don't have the score of the Pacers and Knicks in front of me right now. Last time I checked, the Knicks were leading in game 5 right now.
Yes, it is.
So obviously we know that Indiana is leading 3-1. They've looked phenomenal. I think Tyrese Halliburton has had a historic performances back to back, especially with his 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists and 4 steals. That was pretty remarkable. Not gonna lie. Unfortunately, they are losing 100-84 to the Knicks right now, but they're going back to Indiana next game. So I'm pretty hopefully they will close it out at home like they're supposed to. I mean, pretty hard to beat them in Indiana with Pat McAfee going crazy on the sideline like that, But how have you felt about the Pacers and thus far? Obviously, a lot of people did not have them making it this far on the verge of being in the NBA Finals. Pascal Siakam has also played great in this series, really reasserting himself as one of those star players, as a former champion. Like how we saw in Toronto in 2019. So the whole team's played great. Like Aaron Nesmith, like how we said on the last podcast, he had 5 threes to bring them back to win that game in Madison Square Garden. That was just a phenomenal game. From start to finish. I've enjoyed the series thus far, but the Pacers are 1 win away from the NBA Finals. So how have you felt about their playoff run thus far? And Tyrese Halliburton, this is like his second time in the ECF at 25 years old. So obviously the first time was not a fluke at all.
Yeah, it's very impressive of how far they've come, and like I said, it'll be interesting as far as who makes it into the NBA Finals. Anticipating it will be OKC versus Indiana. They are in the driver's seat now. Of course, they're probably not going to win tonight's game because they're down 16. But hey, they could make a final push to make it interesting. But we'll see. But no, I think Indiana, they're just executing better than the Knicks. And I think when it comes to New York, you see their flaws, and they just haven't really been making a lot of adjustments in games. And I think that's what's gotten them in trouble. So I think it has to do with some of the coaching, with the rotations and stuff like that. But Indiana, they've been taking advantage of those things, and it's been working to their favor. And so I think that what's going to end up happening is they're going to take the L tonight, and I think they're going to close it at home in Game 6 because they don't want to force this series into a Game 7 on the road. They don't want to do that. So I think that they're going to let the Knicks, get this game in Game 5 and then close it out in Game 6. So of course, New York, they're going to have their backs up against the wall because every game from here on out is an elimination game. But yeah, I think for Indiana, that just the fact of the matter is of their ability to execute, I think that's what's been helping them throughout this series. And Rick Carlisle has done a tremendous job of coaching these players. And Tyrese Halliburton, he's been very, very efficient, not just putting up big numbers, triple doubles, but also taking care of the ball. And that's a big, that's a big step. That's something that's you really expect from your point guards to protect the ball, and that's just for all players really, but mainly for your point guard because they're facilitating the offense and orchestrating everything. And like I said, Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner and Benedict Mathurin and the other guys, they're contributing. They're knocking down shots. They're moving the ball. They're playing with a lot of pace. So they're just doing everything the right way. And so, but yeah, so I think that they're going to close it out in Game 6. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, they're in the end, they have really impressed me so far. So yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've honestly looked great. You feel me? I really like the history of basketball, obviously. But like that's always been the biggest component of like the entire sport to me. The thing I enjoy the most, and like I said, the historic performances from Tyrese Halliburton, we're literally seeing those in real time, and they're gonna be referred back to like 10 years now, 15 years from now. I still remember Jokic's performance in the 2023 finals. So always like seeing like, obviously Halliburton's just like a star right now. Someone called him a superstar, but I do like seeing like, like the current stars in action like that. It's really cool when you get to see what makes them stars. And the fact he really dominated the game like that, it's really cool to see his change in mentality. He's real spoken leader now, very, very vocal on the floor, even while being one of the youngest members of the roster. It's really cool to see him really rejuvenate the entire franchise of the Pacers like this. They continue to be a top consistent franchise in the top East, at least the top 5 team every year. They're always going to be up there. They have a lot of respect right now for certain after making the ECF the second consecutive season. Literally, they got swept by Boston last year. But if you watch those games, not you, Gary, I know you watched them, but like for those that didn't, like all those games literally came down to the wire. Every game in a row, Indiana shot themselves in the foot. So they showed back then that they definitely had the potential to compete with the upper echelon of the East. And there's no asterisks in this. New York was looking good against Boston before Jason Tatum got hurt, unfortunately. And now they're beating up on New York, so it would just be an innocent NBA Finals run, pure full-blooded. And I gotta say, I'm happy for Rick Carlisle. For those that don't know, he was the Indiana Pacers coach back in 2003. That was the 04-05 season when the Malice in the Palace took place. The Pacers were really, really good that year when they had Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Steven Jackson. They had a great roster defensively. It's just most of the players, he lost most of his players after the brawl in the Malice in the Palace, unfortunately. I think pretty sure Ron Artest got suspended for the rest of the year. So did Steven Jackson as well. Most of his stars caught suspensions, but that team was actually really, 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 really good. One of the biggest what-if teams in NBA history, in my opinion, the 05 Pacers for sure. So it's really cool to see him literally 20 years later go back to Indiana and take him back to the Eastern Conference Finals and knock on the door of the NBA Finals. Obviously, we saw him win a championship in 2011 with Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. So he always showed he was always a good coach, been a good coach. He's getting up there in age. He's about 67 now. So Ricky's getting almost definitely. But a legend. You could say some do call him a legend for sure, given how many good teams he has had. A champion, absolutely. Some may say a future Hall of Famer. I do think Rick's a great coach, and obviously it's not a fluke. He continues to do good year after year with all of his rosters. So I think he's a super underrated coach. Rick Carlisle is. So I'm really intrigued to see what Indiana does. Like Garrett did mention, he thinks they closed out at home. I do agree. Next game, I think they're gonna just learn from this. They're just going to come out with so much aggression, so much ferocity, a lot of sense of urgency, not wanting to head back to Madison Square Garden in a Game 7. You do not want to do that at all. So I think they're going to close it out next game, hopefully. I would love to see the Pacers in the finals, just the underdog Cinderella story. I always love seeing that kind of stuff. And small market teams, always like seeing small market teams get the love they deserve, still getting an NBA team. So the playoffs have been good. The NBA Finals is slowly being set. The table's getting ready. They're cooking the meal for us right now in the kitchen, and we're setting the table. So get ready for literally the apex of all of basketball. The NBA Finals. They start June 5th. So it's pretty funny. We have our show, we'll have a show that night of the NBA Finals. You might even go live either before or after to either give a preview or a reaction of the NBA Finals, whatever y'all want, whatever we feel like doing. But I'm going to go ahead and roll on to our last topic of the evening. Y'all saw us on the last show that we did some trivia that Wiley had for us. We were going to try that again this time around. And I'm going to let Wiley take the wheel, as always. And that's it. What you got for us, Wiley?
Yes. I am back, guys. Yeah, let me get that spot. Yeah. Welcome back to another fun-filled night of Clutch or Choke. All right, fellas, I got some more trivia questions. So here's how I'm gonna play it. Some of these you should know, so I'm not gonna give you any multiple choice on the ones I think you should know. Some of these you may not know. I will give you the multiple choice on those.
Sounds good.
You got 5 seconds after I ask the question. All questions are worth 1 point. You can steal each other's question. Mm-hmm. All right. Thinking of a number between 1 and 5.
3. I'll say 2.
Antoine, you go first.
Let's get it.
That's why I was like, hold up, both of y'all said 3?
Nah, I was trying to steal a sauce from last time. That's all.
Nah, you good. All right. First question: which team has appeared in the most conference finals since 1980? Is it
1980.
Celtics, the Lakers, the Spurs, or the Bulls?
The Lakers.
Good job. Good job.
Lake Show.
All right. Garrett, who hit the famous junior sky hook in the 1987 Eastern? Actually, that should
Kareem.
be Western. It should be Western Conference Finals.
Kareem.
No. I said the junior sky hook.
Oh, junior skyhook.
Junior sky hook. Antoine for the steal.
Ah, man. You said 1987.
1987.
87. I think the Celtics won.
This is the Western Conference Finals.
I'm trying to think who they played. I mean, it's the Western Conference fucking final.
Wait a minute.
The person could have lost.
Hakeem
No. So the choices are Magic, Kareem, Bird, Isaiah.
Oh shit, Magic.
Yep.
Johnson.
All right. Let's go. What team in 1991 did Michael Jordan and the Bulls defeat in the Eastern Conference Finals to reach their first NBA Finals?
Is that me or Garrett?
You.
Me? I bet. The Detroit Pistons.
Correct. All right. Garrett. In 2001, who won the most valuable player in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Ooh, shit, boy.
Was it Iverson, Vince Carter, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller?
Allen Iverson?
Correct. You sound unsure about that one, buddy.
I heard 2001. I'm
Wow.
like, oh, shit. Okay. You know whose year that was, baby. I was fucking 2. I was 2 years old. Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, hey, you're lucky, nigga. I wish I would have got to, man, I wish I would have got to seen that shit, boy.
All right. Excuse me. Which Western Conference Finals team swept the Spurs in the 2012 Western Conference Finals? Was it the Warriors, the Mavs, the Thunders, or it didn't happen?
Hey, man. Oh, well, that's it anyway.
Swept the Spurs?
Yes.
That shit didn't. They didn't. Oklahoma didn't sweep San Antonio.
That's what I'm saying. Who was it?
Oh, Oklahoma. In the Western Conference Finals, 2012.
No, that's what.
Say it again.
Read the question again. Which Western Conference team swept the Spurs in the 2012 Western Conference Finals? The Warriors, the Mavs, the Thunder, or it didn't happen?
Oh, this thing fucking with me. It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Correct.
He didn't hear the question.
Yeah, like
because did you think that when I said it didn't happen, you didn't think that was a choice?
He said ABC.
Right. All right. Garrett, which player hit a game-winning buzzer shot in Game 2 of the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals? Was it Kobe, LeBron, Paul Pierce or Dwight Howard?
Game winner, LeBron.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah,
job,
I
baby.
remember that. Remember that to this day.
I was against the
Magic.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a Magic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
Shockingly, fucking which guy has a game winner too? Dwight Howard.
In that same series.
I don't think it was in the same series, no. But he
Okay.
has one.
Okay.
Ooh, this is I feel like this is a good one. What was the last team from the East, other than the Heat or the Celtics, to reach the conference finals between 2011 and 2020? Was it the Pacers, the Raptors, the Bucks, or the Hawks?
Come on, bro. This motherfucker. It's me? Oh shit.
Yep.
Toronto. You said the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yes. Mind
And
you, all this stuff is conference finals related.
Right. Okay. Can you repeat the question one more time just so I make sure I
Who
answer?
was the last team from the East, other than the Heat and the
Heat,
Celtics, to reach
okay.
the conference finals between 2011 and 2020?
20.
It's a conference, bruh.
No, you said. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Hawks fucking made it. Like the Hawks, you feel me? The Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, the Toronto Raptors won a fucking ring. You feel me? So, I mean, you said the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes. So who you got? It's the Pacers, the Raptors, the Bucks, or the Hawks?
I mean, is here. They all made it. Between 2011 and 2020. I mean, yo, this is okay. I'm thinking too much
The
into
last team to make it.
Oh, the fucking last team. The fucking, but yeah, between 2011 and 2020, it was the Raptors, yo. It was the Raptors. No, I mean it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm sitting here like that. That's why I said I'm overthinking.
You overthought that so much. You overthought that so bad.
Because I'm expecting it to be, I don't know. I guess like not harder or whatever. Just like I don't know.
Overthought that so bad.
Psych myself out, obviously.
All
But
right.
yeah, I think fucking Raptors won a championship.
Garrett, in 1994, which team won the Western Conference Finals without Michael Jordan being active in the league? Was it the Spurs, the Jazz, the Rockets, or the Suns?
Good Lord. Western Conference Finals, you say?
94, 95.
94, 95.
Back to back.
San Antonio?
No.
It's
Okay.
Houston Rockets.
Correct.
It's Kenny Smith, man. It's like Kenny Smith and Shaq. Like they always try to exclude Charles, you know. But Charles is a way better player than Kenny, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Leagues, like a whole nother stratosphere, obviously.
Ooh, I got one off the cuff that I don't even have down. This isn't conference related. Outside of Michael Jordan, there are two. I know for sure there are two players that have their own video game. Can you name one?
Shaq Punch Out. I mean, like that's Shaq. That's Mike. Shaq.
No,
Yeah, Shaq does have a game. Shaq does have a game.
Hold on. Let me rephrase that. That has their own basketball video game. There we go.
Oh, my bad.
Basketball. Because yeah, you were thinking of Shaq Fu. No, we're not including that. That has their own basketball video game. There are two players for sure that I know in my head right now that has their own basketball video games. If you can name one, that'd be great. If you can name two, I'd be fucking shocked.
They got their own.
They have their own.
They're fucking.
Here's the thing. Here's my hint for both of y'all. Jordan has beat them both. Jordan
You
has
can count me out because I don't even know.
Beating them,
All I
okay.
know is 2K.
No, you're good. Beating
all I
them.
know.
So Michael, beating them in the Eastern Conference Finals or in the playoffs or in the finals? Like playoffs in general, or was it the finals?
One he beat in the Eastern Conference Finals. The other he
Okay.
beat in the finals.
In the finals. Michael has 6 rings. He beat Utah.
Look, you got 5 seconds to make a guess. We're not doing this.
Man, come on. I'm trying to decipher, investigate. Michael has 6 rings. It was Utah. Fuck, man. Utah, Seattle.
The crazy part is I owned them both.
Man, I'm really fucking thinking.
Just throw out a player.
A player. Obviously, it's a superstar. It has to be a superstar. Massive superstar. Beat them both. I'll say Isaiah Thomas.
No.
Garrett,
I know you. Garrett gave up off the rip. So one is
I don't know.
Hold on. One more. He beat them. Was it like on Dreamcast or some shit, or was it like an arcade game?
Nah,
man, it's past 5 seconds now.
Right, it's on Super Nintendo. One was Charles Barkley. He had Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam, and the other person that you probably would have never guessed was Bill Laimbeer.
Yeah.
He had his own. They both had their own video games, and I owned them both. Charles Barkley was like his was like a remix of NBA Jams, which I actually liked. I liked his video game.
Well, you only played as Chuck and like just no one else.
No. It had different teams. Like it had teams from different cities, and you chose whatever city you wanted to run with. You can run with Chuck. They had Phoenix. I think they had like Phoenix, Chicago. It had like your major cities. So Phoenix.
What year was that when it came out? Was he in Philly? Was he in Philly or was he in Phoenix?
No. This is when he was in Phoenix.
Word. Was the MVP year 93?
Yep.
Word.
Yeah.
I
thought it was dope. I will say for somebody who owned it and played the video game, it was dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got we got 3 more questions and we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Who we on? Garrett. Let's see here. Who was named MVP of the inaugural Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP award in 2022? Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo.
Jason Tatum.
Correct.
Good job, boy.
All right. Antoine, in 2000, Trailblazers. This Trailblazer missed a key free throw. He missed key free throws late in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers. Who was it? Was it Rasheed Wallace, Scottie Pippen, Steve Smith, or Bonzi Wells?
Bonzi Wells.
No, it was not.
Fine.
Garrett, for the steal.
You said between Steve Smith, Rasheed Wallace,
Scottie Pippen, and Bonzi Wells.
Okay.
Bonzi Wells.
Well, we know Bonzi Wells is not the answer.
The Jailblazer.
Rasheed Wallace.
Correct.
Fuck me.
Correct. Although all of them missed free throws, but his was the most like crucial of the free throws.
Did you watch that series live back then?
Hell yeah. I locked in.
2000.
Come on, man. You see the gray hair. Of course he has.
Wow. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna make
You
sure.
know I had to throw that in there.
I'm gonna make sure your next question don't have no help.
Oh man.
All right. Which Western Conference team
man.
did the Lakers beat in the 1989 conference finals? Was it the Suns, the Nuggets, the Blazers, or the Supersonics?
The Blazers or the Supersonics? It's Portland.
No. For the steal again. So we got the Suns, the Nuggets, and the Supersonics.
Suns, Nuggets, Supersonics. Well, the first option, what was that?
The Sun again. The Suns, the
Yeah.
Nuggets, and the Supersonics.
The Suns.
No,
That was when they had Paul Westphal and
it was the Supersonics.
Seattle. Yeah, that's why Ice Cube says the Lakers beat the Supersonics. That's why Ice Cube says the Lakers beat the Supersonics.
It all comes full circle. Oh man. All right, Garrett. Which player famously scored 25 points for his team in the 2007 Eastern Conference Finals?
07.
Was it LeBron, Chauncey, D. Wade, or Paul Pierce?
07.
It was in the conference finals.
Yes.
Okay, shit, 2008.
I remember this vividly.
I don't think I.
I
07.
LeBron.
Correct. That was against the Detroit Pistons. 25 straight.
Was it a regular season game or was it a playoff game?
This is a conference.
Oh yeah, conference final.
Yeah,
right?
conference final. Yeah, so it's
2007
playoffs.
conference finals, right? Damn.
All right. Last question. Which team upset the Miami Heat in the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals as an 8th seed?
Upset the Miami Heat?
Yep. Was it the Knicks, the Pacers, or the Hawks?
You're talking about you said the 2023 conference finals. That's when they're about to play Denver and shit.
Can't play Denver in the Eastern Conference Finals.
No. That's what I'm saying. Denver was about. No, they were about to play Denver. I mean, that's what I was saying. I mean, what you're saying the 2023 Eastern Conference Final. I mean, I'm pretty sure they played Boston. They played the Celtics. I'm trying, bro. It wasn't. You said the 2023 Eastern Conference fucking Finals, bro. Yo,
bro, why you messing with this dude, man, Wiley? Come on, bro.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Hold on, fuck that.
Hey, it's a quick dress.
Nah, bro. Nah, fuck.
I'm fucking it up. It's a trick question because the Miami Heat were the AC.
No, I know they were playing the I know they were playing the AC, but they were about to beat Boston up 3-0.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said who beat. So the question was, what team upset?
Question.
Yes,
I get it. Nah, I get it now. He done got my ass.
That's
sure.
I was like, bro.
You done got my ass most definitely. Fuck it.
He do not.
Nah, I appreciate you, Gary. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you, bro. This nigga. Because I'm sitting here.
We're gonna be here till 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
I'm trying so hard to get shit fucking right. I'm trying so hard to get shit.
I'm a jerk, y'all.
Nah, you're good, man. I appreciate you. That was fucking amazing.
Purposely,
man.
That was great, man.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
I did that to keep y'all on your toes, man.
You're good, man. You're good,
that
bro.
was a good one.
I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm like, I know they were the 8th seed. I'm like, but they were about to win that shit. Boston came back 3-0. And they almost won. It's whatever. I was just thinking too hard into it. I'm trying too hard to get the shit right. Obviously, I fucking know the shit. You feel me? But I mean, it is what it is, though.
Yeah.
Now I appreciate you, Wiley, for sharing, man. I was keeping, people sharp and stuff like that. Definitely the most I've ever cursed on uncommon commentators, but it's all in good fucking fun. You feel me? Yeah, man, like he got my ass with that shit. Like, hey, I can like, hey, I'm glad y'all at least enjoyed it. Most definitely. Thank y'all again for joining us on the Uncommon Commentators. Like I did mention, our next show will be literally the day of the beginning of the NBA Finals. So we'll see how we plan accordingly for that, whether we want to do it kind of earlier in the day to preview the big series, or if we want to just do it after to react to the first game and try to foresee the rest of the series after game one. So thank y'all again for joining us. Really appreciate y'all for joining us on the Uncommon Commentators, most definitely. God bless y'all. Enjoy your weekend. And that's it from me, Garrett, unless you got anything else, bro.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in with us. We always appreciate your time and your support, and we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So stay tuned for next time, because it's all going to be on the finals. So can't wait for that next week. So y'all stay tuned.
Let's do it, baby. Y'all have a nice weekend. Thank y'all so much for joining us again. God bless every one of you.
One band, one sound. They gave me my theme music.